Welcome back to the Bright Side Up podcast. This is season 3. I am in disbelief, Erin.
I really am too. Thinking about how this is our 70th episode. We have sat down together 70 times. That is no small feat. And I think we really need to give ourselves a pat on the back for this because we jumped in before we knew a whole lot about the podcast game. And we're still learning and we're still trying to make this as best of an experience for us, for you, for our listeners as we can. And so I think that with the season 3, I think you're going to really find some fun gems that we're bringing new to the table, including hello, YouTube.
YouTube. This is the first one. We're trying it out. Just like you said, like we don't know what we're doing. We're just doing it. And I think that can be applied to anything in life. What is your line? Gentle consistency over intense inconsistency. Like we just keep showing up. And the fact that 70 episodes, I've sat in my closet 70 times to record this, which season 3, we might find a new location for me to record.
We're going to find it. I am in Luca's bedroom. Those of you who are OG listeners will know that I'm in my son's bedroom. And he is very obsessed with cars, like Disney cars right now. So I'm looking at like 1,000 mini cars. And then his like pictures and posters that he's colored are on like this half of the wood wall. So I'll post a little picture on my Instagram stories. But yeah, things don't have to be perfect. This is the year of the horse, everybody. The year
Moving
of the horse.
forward.
We move forward. We don't overthink. We just go, and things don't have to be perfect.
Imperfect action. I am so here for that. And I know we're going to dive into, our topic today, which is really the things that we're letting go of. Instead of setting these big goals for a resolution, we're really just talking about what we're going to let go of. So we will dive into that. But I have to say that it's just so refreshing to see more authenticity everywhere. I think that people are just really over the glossy cover that we've been putting up for so long, myself included. And I'm so excited to just be more real. And that is what we're bringing here this season.
And I know what you mean because I'm finding that people are being very authentic online, especially too, and just showing kind of like, hey, my house is not perfect. This is setting up without like a lot of, bells and whistles here. And I want to say that like, I feel like the Instagram has been set up especially to provide motivation. So I'm looking at it through a lens of like, oh my gosh, this house is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this family. Her life is perfect, all these things. I'm not thinking of it as like a negative thing. I'm going to look at it as, you know what? I feel like inspired by this landscape. I feel inspired by the interior of this house, how clean it is. So when I see things that are too perfect, I'm going to try to flip that script, that lens of like, you know what, this is inspiring to me because I do want to see a pretty house. Let's be real. We want to see pretty things.
100%. And I think it's such a good reminder that if you see something that someone else has that you want, that is the only thing it is an example that it exists and it's available to you too. That means it's possible.
Yeah.
So like true. Seeing that and being inspired by it. And also, okay, I had this weird thought and tell me your thoughts on this, but I was just thinking yesterday, there's so many influencers that are massive that live like in these tiny towns. And it got me thinking, they don't have all these distractions and this like imposter syndrome as much. I'm sure they do at some point, but like when you're in LA, you're surrounded by so many beautiful people that you think like, who am I to do this? But like in small town, I don't know, Minnesota, you just go. Like, I feel like there's just this, do you know what I mean? Like there's so many big influencers who are from these tiny, tiny towns. And I'm like, good for them. They just freaking went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true. And again, it's like, have you heard of the invisible guest syndrome?
No, tell me.
So I just, saw it on Instagram, I'm sure. But like the invisible guest is like you go to a party and you're like worried about what your hair looks like, what you're wearing. Sometimes you go there and you like say something stupid and you leave there like, and it's like circling in your mind, like, why did I say that? That was so dumb. Well, people are not thinking about you as much as you think that people are thinking about you. Like they don't care. They're thinking about themselves. They're worried about how their hair, what their outfit looks like, what they're saying. And they're really not concerned as much as we think about. Like they're not thinking about us when we leave, really. And if they are, great. But if not, whatever. But it's like that invisible guest. Like everyone's just worried about themselves. So stop overthinking and just live your life. Just show up. Be genuine and just show up. Speaking of that, showing up, you showed up big time for Bella and her 16th birthday of dreams. Of
Okay, so
dreams.
it
This is
really was
amazing.
magical. My mom and I just kept saying, like, "This is such a magical trip." Like, things just kept lining up, and,
Ugh.
she had this long list of things she wanted to do, and I kept saying, like, "Oh, we don't need to do that. Come on, Belle." Like, and she just is such a determined child. She's like, "No, I want to do it." And it just worked out so seamlessly. Here, I'm overthinking it, being like, "That's gonna be too much time or too far away," and it wasn't. Everything was so seamless. So Bella's been begging to go to New York since, gosh, the past like 3 years. She's been there a couple times, but when she was younger. So she really wanted to go last year. And then this year, she just made it happen. And I was like, you know what? 16th birthday, absolutely. We're going to do it. Booked the tickets, booked the Airbnb, which you typically can't Airbnb in New York. I learned this unless you, I think, own the building. So it's pretty rare to find one, but we found this like amazing 3 bedroom, 2 baths. We had like 2 showers because we brought our best friend. So it was my mom, me, Bella, and her best friend. This great Airbnb, and gave us the space for the same cost as like a hotel where we'd all be smushed together, sharing one
That's
bathroom and
perfect.
like in one
Yes.
room. It
I
was
saw when you
amazing.
said that you walked to Whole Foods and you made
Yeah.
breakfast, and how nice that they were just like watching TV, eating breakfast. Like that's so nice, especially when you have like a guest who's not in your family too. Just like more space.
Well, and I think New York is so stimulating, and Bella can get pretty overstimulated. So having like a home base where she could
Good call.
watch her show and like kind of have space. And also, we saved so much money on food. Like, we definitely got like a taste of New York and did one dinner out and got the bagels, got the pizzas, that type of like experience. But it was nice to. Whole Foods and Trader Joe's were 1 block away. So where we could, we were like doing Trader Joe's soup dumplings, which, side note, have you done the soup dumplings at Trader
I don't
Joe's?
I don't
Okay. Well, they are gluten, but
yeah,
they're
that's okay.
so freaking good.
I
Just
mean, I'll make
anyone,
exceptions sometimes.
they're so good.
Okay.
Just a side note because we're obsessed.
And
Anyway, so
well,
yeah,
yes. Well, I don't know if Bella's listening or will she will listen to this, but her outfits were also on point.
I will tell her. I doubt she'll listen. Anytime that I have us on and she's in the car, she's like, "Mom, stop. I don't want to listen." I'm like, "Okay, fine." But I will absolutely tell her. I mean, for Christmas and her birthday, we're like, "I need this for New York, for New York, for New York." And you know what? I again was like, "You don't need that much," but she fit it all in a carry-on and she
Wow.
executed so well. And now she's got all these cute jackets and, great pieces going into her 16th year.
Well, and it's nice because she probably won't use them in San Diego that much, but she's probably done growing, and so now she'll have these pieces
Yes, it's
forever. Yeah.
classic pieces. So
Yeah. I was very impressed.
I will tell her. I will tell her. I was impressed with like the way that these kids, I mean, they have access to so much. She had this list and it was like definitely TikTok thing. So like the Swedish candy place we went to
Mhm.
this place in Chinatown that this is one that I really tried to push away from. I'm like, we're not going to Chinatown. We're in New York. Like, let's stay, uptown a little bit more. And she's like, no, Mom, there's this like $20 blowout place. And we walk in. This is before the night that we went
Yeah.
to the fancy dinner. And she like really pushed to go. And it's so funny because we were in Soho shopping.
Mhm.
And here I thought it was going to be so far away. It was like 2 blocks away from where we were. Worked out perfect. Walk over, no wait. They got right in. But they have now 2 salons because of TikTok. They blew up and had to open a second salon. And
Oh my
it's
god.
all girls like Bella's age to 20s, like coming in and getting these $20 blowouts. I'm like, the power of TikTok is crazy.
That's
And their hair looked
amazing.
amazing. Bella did say that it was
Yeah.
like extremely painful because they're just like yanking. I'm going to do a post and I will like have like the links for everything.
You really do need to shout out everywhere that you went because people need to know.
It was good. It was good.
That's
Okay,
so
so
cool.
you and Dante got time away, which I know is like rare to come by. So tell me all about your guys' time. Where'd you go?
Very rare. Well, let me scooch us back. We went to my parents' house for Christmas, and this is the year where we're all together. So my sister's family, my brother's family, and my brother has a newborn this year. So we had baby Caden, who had his first Christmas, and like my
Oh,
kids are just obsessed with him. All the cousins just smothering him. It was like the best. In Sacramento, though, we have not seen the sun. Like it's now coming out, but the whole month of December, which has never happened, we did not see the sun. There was like
wow.
this cloud that was like stuck over whatever is above us. And so we didn't see the sun all of December. And so we finally got down And we got time away after Christmas. Like the day after Christmas, we left and went to Pismo Beach, which is just like a 20-minute drive from my parents' house. It was perfect. My parents stayed with the kids at their house, which we've never done before. My parents have always watched the kids at our house. And
Right.
then now it was like so fun because now they're at the great age where they're a little more independent, and my parents could have them at their house. And I just felt comfortable with it. You know, there's no gator on the pool. There's like just a bigger house for Luca to get lost in. But like he's, you know, now he's like old enough to like know where to go and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to have like 2 nights away. The sun was shining, but it was like a little brisk. So like you kind of like bundled up, but like the sun is shining. We had the best food, the best time, and where you can just like be together uninterrupted, no real set plans. Hey, let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, let's go here. Let's go here again. It was so good. So that was really, really nice. A nice way to end kind of the Christmas festivities down on the Central Coast area. And then came back home and had my sister's family up for New Year's. We actually stayed up until midnight this year. It was just special, you know, a really nice way. I feel like we packed in a lot in the 2 weeks, but it also felt very spaced out at the end. Like I felt like we got everything. We had like
Yeah.
downtime too, you know, which I think is really important and kind of lends to our conversation that we're going to talk about soon too, is just creating that space, that downtime to really, I don't know, just for that wellness space in your mind, in your calendar too.
Oh my gosh, it's so important. It really is. I didn't fit that in until this week because it was like Christmas crazy up at my mom's, came home, New Year's, we hosted New Year's Day, a big brunch, next day, New York. So this whole week, I have been in like that decompression and it's been perfect. I think I told you Anthony is on his company kickoff week, so he's not here. And I'm like, that is perfect timing that I can just have the house and let it be like I'm working room by room. So like I can leave a mess in a room and not have that pressure that we've talked about of like, I have to have everything done. So I feel you on like having that
Yes.
space because it's so important. And I think, I mean, I remember us talking about this last year, January, like we come into it with, you know, oh, new year, like let's go for it, all these things, which is all great. But I feel like the same token that we said last year is like January is your transition month. Like maybe we go off the Chinese calendar, which I think is like February 27th, I believe is the new year. But like,
I'm even
doesn't that
down
feel
with February
right?
1st because
Yeah.
I love that, you know, and it feels good because you do need that transition year where you're like, oh, okay, still shedding, still cleaning away, still putting away Christmas stuff, still
Yes.
organizing, getting my life on track and figuring out how I want to move forward. I do like that, the February start.
I'm here for it.
When is your crazy challenge, the high rocks that you've been training for? When is that?
Oh my gosh. So High Rocks is February 21st. And we signed up with 2 months to train. And this is something that people like train 6 months for. So I'm not sure if it was a crazy idea. It may have been, but I thought it'd be really fun for us to do together. That is mine and Anthony's feel good formula is working out together. And that's something that we've like kind of let fall to the wayside. Besides, we teach one class together. So I was like, this is going to be so fun because we'll have like a goal together. You know, we've done 2 half Ironmans together and had that training, but we haven't had like something that we've done for a couple years. So that was the impetus of signing up for it. And, you know, now it's getting real and we'll see. I'm excited. It's been fun lifting weights and doing things I haven't done for a few years. Like, and I just feel the difference in my body. Just feeling stronger. You know, I kind of, you know, how we go in waves of like what movement we do, but I'm excited. It's in Vegas, February 21st, and
You
we will
fly to
see.
go do it. Okay, so it's not in your backyard. So this is a real commitment. You fly there, like you're preparing. Is it kind of like a tough mudder? Like what are you doing in this
It's
high
like
rocks?
okay, so it's indoors. So it's like in stadium and then they have all the stations set up. I'm going to send you some like reels of it. And people take it very seriously, but then some people like just go and do it, right? Like you're going to have all levels of fitness. That's kind of the cool thing about it is like anyone can go and do it. And so yeah, it's indoors in some big arena, I'm guessing. And you go through different stations. So there's a 1K run in between each station. The stations are like wall balls, sled pull, sled push, burpee broad jump, what else? Rower, the ski erg. I think that's all of them. And then in between each of those stations, you're running to the other. And then farmer carries. So because we're doing it together, some people do the whole thing all by themselves. We're
Okay.
doing doubles. So that means like we can interchange. So we have the same amount,
Yes.
say it's like 100 wall balls. He can take 50, I can take 50. Or we can do like, I'll do 10, he does 10. So we're trying to figure out how we're divvying it up. And we
Yeah.
each have to do at least part of it. But like if he's stronger, he's a super strong rower. He rowed in college. So he'll probably do most of the row, but like I'll still jump in. Whereas like burpee broad jumps, I'll probably do more than him or maybe not. I don't know. I'm starting to realize that he's the stronger competitor in all of these, but that's okay.
I mean, you did those burpee broad jumps on the beach, on the sand.
Oh, so hard.
I mean, you might catch me doing that one time, definitely not a second time. Like maybe maybe one burpee broad jump, just one of them. Like
Oh my God, I love you.
we are so similar in so many ways, but this is where we differ.
Yeah. Well, the best couples are, we got to have like, we got to have the balances.
Like I am in awe. Like what were we talking about where I was going to just stand on the sideline and cheer for you? Was that like a marathon that you were going to run or something?
Forget.
I don't know. I was like, there's no way you'll catch me doing that, but I love supporting you doing that.
I love you. I love you. Well, it's funny. One of my friends, Melanie, she just sent me a reel that she saw about high rocks because she didn't know. A lot of people don't know what it is.
No.
And it's this reel, and it's like going to high rocks to support my husband. And there's like all these guys running by with shirts off, abs, all the things. I'm not sure which one he is yet, but I'm sure he's here. So she's single, and she's like, I will come and support you on the sidelines and find my husband. It's so good. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted as the training continues. So, okay, what about you going into the new year? I want to know like your movement goals.
So as like being an instructor and being in the fitness world, it's kind of hard to change up your routine because you're so used to, okay, I teach this on one day, I teach that another day, and then there's other things that you want to obviously combine. And so it's hard to either be a student, which I love doing. So I do want to take more classes and become more of a student when I can. Just be more mindful of that on the calendar. Okay, let's take a class here this week or whatever. I'm not going to set myself to like a number, like you have to do it once a week because that might not be realistic, but I'm just going to be more mindful of it. The other thing that has been calling to me, which I didn't think I liked this, but was running. I ran this morning.
I saw that pop up. Sorry to yell. I got really excited.
Oh, my run on my watch?
I saw, okay, so I don't have my watch yet because remember I said I was going to take Caleb's watch, but it was broken.
Yeah.
Anthony got me a watch or is getting me a watch for Christmas, but he wants me to pick it out. And we haven't been together because he's gone. So anyway, but I still have like my fitness app, I guess, on my phone. And so randomly I'll see the thing of like someone doing something. And I just saw I was getting ready and I had my phone right there. And it was like, Erin finished a run. And I was like, a run?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So tell me.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but I'm just like, you just need to shake things up because I just feel like I'm always very cognizant of, well, I shouldn't say I'm always very anything, but I'm cognizant of like how I'm feeling like in my clothes. Like, am I feeling good? Am I feeling sticky? Am I feeling like comfortable? And I've just been feeling like I feel like I could feel better in my clothes, to be honest.
Yeah, totally. I get that.
Yeah. And so I'm like, gosh, like I just need to kind of shake things up a little bit. And I realize I'm not doing very much cardio. It's just like little spurts in my classes is really the only cardio I'm doing. I'll do like walks every Monday. But I just want to shake things up. I wanted to put in some hip hop in my ears and I wanted to run and I did it. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to die. I'm going to look like a baby giraffe out there, but I'm going to just plan to run for 20 minutes and see how that takes me. Okay.
I love this.
My baseline now is 20 minutes. We're going to check back in with me to keep me accountable.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this every week, but I want to start doing it. That's my goal. Okay. But I want to start running at least like a 10-minute mile. So right now I'm at a 10 and a half minute mile. I did kind of walk a little bit up a hill. Like we have this really steep hill and like the little route that I went on. So maybe that might affect my timing if I just run on a flat course. But my goal is to like get 2 miles in 20 minutes. So
I love this.
anyways, it felt good. And like my legs just feel already sore. Like I know I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. I realized that I'm going to curate the ultimate running playlist for myself. It involves.
You must share.
Right. I will. I was listening to Jay-Z. I was listening to, I realized I like more of the bass, a little bit more of like, kind of the songs we were listening to in the clubs.
Yes.
We don't listen to anymore.
Yes.
Songs about drinking in the clubs. Like that gets me fired up.
Totally. Oh my gosh. I'm right there with you. I play that in my class all the time. But now, like after watching the P. Diddy documentary and seeing the behind the scenes, I'm like, I don't know if I can. I mean, I stopped playing Kanye a while ago, but now I'm like,
No, we
No.
don't. No, Chelsea, we don't play Diddy anymore in our classes. I feel
No, I
so
haven't
robbed.
since I watched it. I have
I
not
have
since I watched it. I, like, had to go and edit, like, one of my favorite, like, his rap fun cycle playlists because
yeah,
I'm like, he's in it, and it's not like a Diddy song, but it's like he's in, he's in so many of
because he's such a narcissist that he just had to be in everyone's thing. Like, I feel
oh,
so robbed of my
right?
childhood,
We, like,
teenhood, whatever.
idolized, and I felt so bad for him when,
Yes.
Biggie died. I remember being like,
Yes.
"Wow, that's his best friend."
Capitalized
That was
on
a
it.
lot. That was a lot to digest.
That is exactly how I feel too. And this is not like a pop news podcast, but I did not know that you were watching it. Well, this is our first time even
I just
chatting about
finished
we've been
it.
watching it. Okay,
Yeah.
I have
Is it
not
still
finished. I
go
think I've
that's, like,
taken
the last episode, yeah.
okay. I've been taking kind of like doses. I'll watch like half an episode, because I will realize like I'll stew on it and then I'll kind of think
No, I
back
know.
like, oh my gosh, like, and
It's
then this and then that.
Well, do you know what's crazy is our Airbnb was in Harlem, which is where he was raised. So I'm, like, walking
Yeah.
around Harlem being like, "Oh my god, this is like Diddy's." And Harlem, by the way, everyone, is, like, way safe and, like, super great, and
They gentrified it, I'm sure.
they
Like everything
yes,
with Brooklyn
totally,
and stuff too.
totally.
Yeah.
But I am, like, walking around looking at, like, old, like, closed down places, and I'm like, maybe that was a place his mom was, like, getting her outfits and all the things, and I mean, because there still is a flavor of that for sure.
Yeah.
Ugh, okay. So I'm getting worked
Wild.
up here, but yes,
No, idea. And so my playlist from now on, I mean, I've stopped playing Diddy. You can actually filter it on your Spotify.
that's
Like,
how I have it for
don't play
Kanye.
this artist.
Yep.
Don't show me this artist. So I've been not playing him for at
Okay.
least a little bit of time, but I'll share my playlist because it won't have him on it at all. But
I love it.
it is hard to kind of navigate through because he touched so much of our
So
youth,
much.
of our
So
music.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Okay, well, speaking of, that kind of brings us to
Yeah.
our
Okay.
topic today, which is what are you removing? Okay. First on the list, Diddy off my playlist.
Oh my gosh. Good one. Good transition. I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh, right? I mean, it's true. So, really, like, Erin and I were talking, and this is where we wanted to just, like, put a little focus on this, is that this year is really not about, like, becoming brand new versions of ourselves, right? It's coming home to who we already are and removing the noise that distracts us, because there is a lot of noise and we got to stay focused on what feeds us. So, number one, I'm going to kick off my biggest piece of, like, removal, and that is overcommitting. So, Anthony is the king of undercommitting, over delivering. And sometimes it drives me crazy because I'm like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? And he won't commit because he is so strong on his integrity of, like, say, do. How much of what you say are you going to do? I am optimistic and thinking that I can do all these things. And so I say it.
So
And
true.
I am like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm going to do it all. And we know, like, you do get that dopamine hit too of, like, saying, like, I'm going to do this and this and this. And it's almost like you've, like, achieved it already. And then if you don't complete it, it is, like, the worst thing for your self-trust and for the trust of others, right? So Anthony's often telling me, babe, like, he'll ask me, I mean, even small things, undercommit, over deliver. And so now I've just stopped saying, I've, like, lots of maybes or I'm not sure yet, but, like, really minimizing what you say you're going to do and then freaking blow it out of the water. So that's my biggest one, letting go of the overcommitting.
I feel you on that. And it really will feel good too, because there is such a sense of like shame when you can't deliver on what you thought you could.
And then you
So yeah.
lose integrity, like, in
You-
yourself
right.
and from others. And I'm like, that's
Trust.
not who I am. I'm a trustworthy person. Like, I'm not here to, like, say I'm going to do something and not do it and have someone not trust me. That, especially, like, with the kids, like, if I'm going to tell them, I'll get this, or, like, I'll be there at this time, 2026, it's coming through. Otherwise, I'm not saying it.
It's a good exercise for sure.
Okay. What about you?
Number 2, I'm going to say are the tying into the relationships that drain you. Now, you might have to take some inventory, seeing who you're talking to on a daily basis, seeing who you're not talking to, and maybe it's adding in a thoughtful conversation with somebody who really fills you up versus more conversations with people who are draining you. So in this sort of idea is really just thinking about who you are when you are around that person. And this is kind of harder too, because as we get older, we've had lots of friendships, right? We've had lots of chapters in our life. And so every chapter might bring about new friendships, but it also might clear out other ones too. And I think you have to kind of take an edit to who you're spending time with, who you want to spend more time with, and really seeing what's serving and supporting you. So you shouldn't have to shrink around anybody. You shouldn't have to be worried that you're going to say the wrong thing around anybody. And relationships shouldn't be transactional, they should really be fulfilling. And those people who are transactional are acquaintances. They may not be hangout friends, and people who are making you feel like you have to say more than no, I can't hang out. There shouldn't be any like no is a complete sentence, right? Like no is a complete
Yes.
sentence. We've all had friendships that we've kind of can think about right now, like, ooh, that relationship isn't serving me any longer. And so maybe that's one that I might not want to hang out with as much. Or maybe you've already made that step. And so now you're just kind of like reminding yourself, like, that's why I made that choice. We're no longer forcing chemistry where there's only history. And that's
Isn't that
true.
so good?
There's
Because I
history.
think a lot of times we feel like, oh, but I've known them for so many years, but we've gone through so much. That's okay. And you can honor that, but you don't have to force it if it's no longer serving you.
Yeah.
And something that you said was talking about people having access to you. What was that you were talking about?
Well, the cost of being available. The cost of being available. Do not give huge windows of time. You are not that available. Set short amounts of time, increments of time. I'm available from 10:30 to 12. I feel like a 90-minute window is very reasonable. Or maybe two 90-minute windows. Give people different options. Don't give them a 5-hour block. Oh, I've got nothing going on. Also, one thing that I love that I read is that stop saying yes on same day commitments.
Mm,
Do you want to
yeah.
go have this play date? Do you want to have, can so and so come over or da da da? Sometimes, yes, spontaneity. Like, I love a good spontaneity piece in my week, but more often than not, say no to same day plans.
Yes. Especially if it puts any sort of anxiety in your gut. Like, sometimes it's fun. Like, I'm with you. I love a spontaneity. And sometimes that's the way it works out best is like, if things line up, let's do it. But if there's any sort of resistance, listen to that resistance.
Yeah,
It's so true. It is so
but the
true.
cost of being available is really something to think about too.
Okay. On that note of being available and worried about saying yes, no to plans and such, let's stop over explaining. Like, this is the year that our clarity is explanation enough. Like, we don't have to give a reason why we can't go. Like, so often I'll be like, oh, I can't do that because da 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 da. Like, I have to make sure that they know I'm this. You can just say, I'm not available, but thank you so much for offering. That's it.
Oh, it's so hard,
It is so hard, but it's so good. And
but I really do. Yeah. Yeah.
I respect anyone who does it. Like, when someone does that and it's so simple, I'm like, I love
Mhm.
that. I need to do
Or
that.
someone's over explained, you're like, "I didn't need to know all that. It's fine.
Yes, because you feel they're like, it's like, just say no.
Thanks."
Just say
Yeah,
no.
like their anxiety.
Yeah,
Yeah. No more over explaining. I'm there with you on that. Like, just no is a complete sentence. Thank you for thinking of me. You can say it in really nice ways, obviously. But yeah, you don't need to give anything more than a kind response. But you
100%.
don't have to over explain.
100%.
Now, this next one is I'm a very big culprit of this, and I feel like I have to be on all the time. So, this one talks about the pressure to be on all the time. And there might be things with social media that you feel like you need to be on. Maybe there's your work where you need to be on. People are waiting for you for instructions or direction. I know, like, when I teach my classes, like, I'm on and I love being on. Same with you, Chelsea. Like, we're on and we love being that. But I noticed that sometimes it's so draining for me that I have to be off and I have to really be intentional about my down and my off times, like where just rest is super productive. It doesn't mean like sleeping. I don't need to be sleeping, but I need to be doing something where I'm not answering to anybody, where I'm not looking my best, where I am, I'm in my zone with my self-care for my nervous system to get
Yes.
back to its normal state.
Well, that is so true. And rest is productive when your nervous system is involved. When it has to do with regulating, like there's no shame in just like taking a deep breath and slowing down. Like you need that just as much as you need the on, right? Like we
Yeah.
have that yin yang. So
Yeah.
cheers to
We
that.
don't need to be exhausted. 2026 is not about being exhausted.
No, no. Okay. I'm here. So excited. I needed this.
Yeah. I'm going to be exhausted from my runs, but I'm actually going to be energized.
Yes.
Side note, I
Yeah.
was not exhausted after my run. Like I forced myself, like I had to like jog a little bit and then like I power walked. But I was not exhausted. I was actually like exhilarated. Like those endorphins
Get
are the real
ready. The
deal.
runner's high is
Yeah.
addictive. I know the
I
runner's
don't know if I'll
high.
ever
Hey, no, it's a good thing.
I don't know if I'll ever experience that consistently, but we'll see.
You did this morning. It's not this big thing. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm excited for your
We'll
2
see.
miles and 20. This is
Yep.
happening. So
Yep.
exciting.
Mhm.
Okay, our last one, I think this is such a big one. I mean, they're all big ones, but this I have to keep reminding myself of, especially in this era that we live in, which is the social media where we see all these beautiful lives and marriages and businesses and all the things. And that is, it's not about, we got to let go of those old narratives that we feel like we're falling behind or we're too old for that. Like we call BS, right? Has nothing to do with anyone else's story. This is your timeline. I always love when I see those prompts of like Mel Robbins, like was, I don't know, millions of dollars in debt. Don't quote me on that, but like pretty bad. Like at 50, I mean, she didn't start until 50. And look at her blow up. Like it's never too late. Julia Child, same thing. She was no one until, into her late adult life. And she's now this legacy. We all have our legacy. And it's like back to the piece of, influencers who live in the middle of nowhere and have no comparison around them. Like we kind of have to put ourselves in that place of like, we're not looking at others to figure it out. Look at others for inspiration, but look at
Mhm.
yourself to know what you're capable of and just go for it. Don't get distracted by like, oh, I'm not good enough or I'm too far behind to even do that. I love to, I'll leave it on this, but like when I like think to myself, like, oh, I wish I started investing when I was 20, or I wish I started doing this. It's like I have this little voice that goes, Chelsea, stop it. Start
You can
now.
still start now.
Start now. Start now
Yeah.
because you're never going to be younger than you are today. And you've got every reason to show up and just make the most of this sweet life.
Well, or that other saying that, like, you'll look back 10 years from now thinking about your younger self and how capable you were. So, and I think, again, that lends to our whole theme of talking so much about this year of the horse. Go, move, do something that really lights your heart on fire. Stop overthinking and definitely don't compare. If you find yourself in like reel of comparison, change your state, walk outside, go get a glass of water, pour yourself a glass of tea, like change your state to remind yourself of your green grass that you're standing on. Like the grass isn't always greener, like water it
Where you
where
stand.
your feet at, water it where you stand.
Yes.
That changes your whole perspective on things.
I love the mantra, I am not behind, I am becoming.
Yeah.
I'm not behind. I'm becoming. Like, how good does that feel to say?
Yeah. What rules say that you're behind? Who can
Says
dictate that,
who?
Says who?
Oh my gosh.
Well, this has been so fun to kick off this first episode, January 2026. Here we are, our 70th episode with you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing episodes with your friends and family, and for your text messages, for your DMs, for your reviews. We appreciate them all, and we look forward to serving you more in this new year, in this new season.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.